What is the street parking vault?
The street parking vault is one workout a week for 25 weeks with a goal of helping you build consistency.
You can do any version you want.
You can customize these workouts to make them work for your equipment and fitness level. Each week, log your workout before the time is up. Remember, your scores do not matter.
You just can't miss.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the second workout of the 2023 Vault, Nile. So for this workout, I'm going to be doing program B. So I'll be doing some strict presses with the barbell, burpees, and pull-ups. And then I got my girl Digna over here. She's going to be doing program A with dumbbell presses, burpees, and ring rows. So be sure that you stick around for the end of this workout so you can get some tips from the two of us. And then head on over to my.streetparking.com or the app to check out all the different versions of the workouts, as well as ways to customize this one.
Oh. Bass drop, let's go. It's time to hit Nile, the second workout of the 2023 Vault. Alex, what is this workout?
That's a great question, Nicole. This workout, let's go with Digna's version.
Let's do it.
Digna is doing every 4 minutes for 16 minutes, 14 alternating shoulder press with the dumbbells, then she's moving on to 20 burpees, and then wrapping it up with 14 pull-ups. Now for this one, you'll rest any time remaining in the 4-minute window before you start the next round.
That's what's up. I think Digna will be going with the inverted rows.
Yep.
But that's a great option for the pull-ups. And then what's the difference? I think Molly's going extra challenge, right?
Yeah.
So what's Molly doing?
So Molly, instead of going every 4 minutes for 16 minutes, she'll be going every 3 minutes.
Oh my.
For 15 minutes.
Oh
so
my.
Not only does she get a little bit less rest, well, I say a whole minute less rest, she also is going to be doing one more round than the regular version.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And
Ouch.
because she's going with B, she, instead of doing 14 alternating presses, is doing 8 presses with the barbell.
Dang.
She went with 65 pounds, which is the heavier side of the suggested load for women for this workout.
This all seems like it's going to be extra challenging. Hey.
It sure is, Nicole. Look at you. So deducive.
Right. I am. I've deduced that. So here we have Digna is hitting those inverted rows, those ring rows, which I think is a great option because Digna has literally like zero cartilage in her shoulders.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. So
Like literally, when
literally.
she moves her shoulders around, it's like gravel in there.
Yeah, that's all you hear. It's just like. I hope the microphone could pick up the full range of that gravelly sound. All right, so now they're both in their first bit of rest here. That's fantastic. You basically, you earn your rest in this one. Your rest depends on how fast you've gone.
Yeah. I really love this style of workout. Like working every so often for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Molly, she did earn like a minute 20 rest, which is really awesome. She finished her first round in like a minute 37 or so. which is great. I mean, she got a lot of rest, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys could hear her over there, but she literally says, that was a little aggressive. I came out a little hot. That was a little aggressive.
But if we know anything about Molly, Nicole,
She's a little aggressive?
she is a little aggressive. And not only that, she tends to stay aggressive.
100%.
So-
Like, she pretends, well, I don't know, maybe it's workout dysmorphia.
I think so.
Molly
I
doesn't
think-
realize, I think, quite how awesome she is at all things fitness.
Yeah.
She'll beat everybody in a workout and be like, but guys, I only use the 50-pound dumbbells, so you know. That's why I went so fast.
Yeah.
Digna is appreciating her last little bit of rest here before she's gonna get started again as well. I don't know that Molly's going any slower in this here second
That's what I'm
round.
telling you, man. She might have gone out hot, but I guarantee she's gonna finish hot too. So
Yeah. Molly likes to start fast, end fast, go fast in the middle.
she does have one speed, and it is fast.
So, okay, if you're not a Molly
Yeah.
and your one speed isn't fast,
Correct.
or even if it is, how would you approach this workout? What's your advice when it comes to a workout like this?
Yeah, so the goal for this one is to finish each round within 2 minutes to 3 minutes, 15 seconds.
Okay.
Let's say, Digna actually finished on the faster side of that goal, so I have no issue. I'm not concerned at all. I think even if she does slow down a bit, it's not going to be so drastic that she starts bumping up against that 4 minute time frame.
Right. She had
But
plenty of rest.
let's say you finished that first round. It took you like a solid 3 minutes. Maybe you even extended past the goal time. You're not getting 45 seconds of rest. I would say either go lighter on the press. You probably need to find which movement is slowing you down the most. For
Which
most
one
people,
is hurting your time?
Yeah, for most people that's going to be the burpees. Obviously, it's a big movement. It's the most reps that you're doing of all the movements. I'm reluctant to say reduce the reps. Only because I think that's an easy out, right?
Yeah.
Most people don't like burpees. Most people will grab at any chance that they can to knock off a few of those. So just for the mental toughness of it, I would say try to stick out those burpees. Maybe it means lowering the press weight. Maybe it means, like Digna has done, customizing the pull-up in some way where you're really you're hammering those reps, and you can dedicate more time to the burpees.
The cool thing about the ring row too is you can kind of adjust the difficulty level throughout the workout.
100%, yeah. So if you step your feet further forward, it becomes more difficult. If you step them further back, it becomes a little bit more manageable, a little bit more accessible.
This workout, it's got quite a few burpees in it, and beforehand, both of our athletes today, both Molly and Digna, were both like, no, thank you, burpees. Both like, not looking forward to the burpees.
Even for someone like me who actually enjoys burpees, this is a lot. This is a lot. It really
I just don't
is.
understand you burpee enjoyers. I love you guys all the same, but you're different.
I would blame my height, but you and I are not.
Whatever.
super-
I'm a solid 1.5 inches taller than you, and in centimeters, that's a lot.
That's true. That's true. It's definitely more centimeters than it is inches.
There it is. Math. All right, so basically, 100% Molly is now into her third round
Yep,
of
3 of
this
5.
workout. Looking solid still. And then Digna is getting a good amount of rest. You know what? I'm gonna go talk to Digna and see how it's going.
I think it's a great idea.
Let's see how Digna is. All right, let's see. Digna, how's the workout going so far?
So good.
How do you feel about how you approached it and the amount of rest you're getting?
It's a good amount of rest. I think it's gonna get worse. Those last 5 burpees hurt already. Oh no.
Yeah, you said you weren't excited about the burpees going into it. How are they holding out?
I think they're okay. I'm glad I didn't go with the 20s. That would have really hurt.
You're doing great. Keep crushing it.
Sweet, thank you.
Did I hear correctly? She's enjoying it?
Oh yeah, just loving the workout.
Good.
All across the board. Just thinks it should be harder.
I was gonna say, can we make those inverted rows any more challenging?
I think we could. I mean, you could go always. We have 30 more seconds. You could go tell Digna to step it up.
I think she heard me. I think she heard me. She was giving me some, she was giving me a
Little
side eye.
little side eye. All right, so now, okay, let's talk about the pull-up.
Let's.
So Molly's back here crushing some butterfly pull-ups. What are some different pull-up styles, and like, what's the difference in why you would use which?
Yeah, so when we program pull-ups in a workout, almost always we program them as kipping. Honestly, that is so that the demonstration video shows kipping pull-ups.
Yeah.
That's about the extent of it, because you guys have the freedom to choose any pull-up variation that you please, whether that's inverted rows like Digna's doing, whether it's strict pull-ups, which, by the way, you have that option today. It's 7 to 10 reps per round.
Yeah.
Or the variation or technique that Molly's using, which is called butterfly. Butterfly is a little quicker than kipping,
Okay.
because it's a cyclical motion, whereas kipping, there's a change of direction. It takes like a hair amount more time, and more time spent on the pull-up bar with the variation that Molly's doing of every 3 minutes is really just not ideal. She's trying to get her work done as quickly as she can, earn as much rest as she can, so that when those 3 minutes are up, she's there at the bar and ready to start.
Right on. I've never, well, let's be honest, I barely can do a kipping pull-up. I never learned how to do the butterfly pull-up. It looks super cool, but I don't know that my shoulder would enjoy it.
No, and actually, I know Miranda will speak to this. She can't, like Miranda can do butterfly, and
Yeah.
it is faster. But she often chooses to do kipping because it is safer on the shoulder.
Yeah.
For someone who is very mobile and doesn't have any limitations in the shoulders.
Has cartilage.
Right, for someone who has cartilage. It's a fine option if you know how to do it correctly. But yeah, definitely not something we push to just anyone.
Yes.
Certain prerequisites that we recommend before attempting that technique. I would like to say, just so that you guys are aware, there is a Glory Days option for this workout.
Oh my
which I'm
goodness.
super stoked about.
Okay,
For
I
those
bet
of
I
you
could
who
guess
are ready.
it. But
Yeah,
why don't you tell
me.
it?
Oh,
I just figured that the pull-ups are going to be muscle-ups instead.
Oh, 100%.
All right, what's the rep scheme for the Glory Days version?
So obviously you can do either the alternating press with the dumbbells or the barbell for this one, but instead of 14 pull-ups, it's 5 to 8 bar muscle-ups.
8
I
bar
know, right?
muscle-ups.
Hey, there are
dude.
some gymnasty folks out there
I
that will
mean,
just crush those.
I love watching those gymnasty folks do their fitness.
Yeah.
It's always quite impressive. Okay, so this workout here, it is the Nile. Now, most of us know the Nile is a river in Egypt, and it provided ancient Egypt with fertile soil and water and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Now, I want to know, how does this workout, the workout itself, kind of represent the Nile?
Just a few things. There wasn't a whole lot of tie-in for this one because the first workout is Deshret or Deshret, and that is the kind of barren land further from the Nile. It's a nod. The burpee is a nod to the devil press in Deshret.
Yes. Okay.
And without giving too much away, another workout that you will be seeing in the 2023 vault will nod to one of the movements in this workout.
Oh,
But
a little teasy teaser.
Yeah,
a little teasy teaser.
And then the only other kind of connection that we had was we often see the kipping pull-up as kind of a wave of the body. And so anytime there's water involved, as there is with the Nile River, we like to pair it with a pull-up. So yeah.
I also heard a little birdie say that the press is like a hip hip hooray for the water. Water!
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious, and I was like, did Alex put that in there? That sounds like an Alex thing.
Oh, 100%, that's me. I am the little birdie.
Now, based on math and the 3 and 4 minute intervals, they're going to be starting this round at the same time.
They're starting back up together again, and both are doing their last round.
Last round, best round.
Before this workout's over, let's talk about the shift version, which you don't see here, but
let's get shifty.
Let's do it. So shift is 6 rounds, 30 seconds of shoulder press with the dumbbells, followed by 30 seconds of a no push-up burpee. you're welcome. And then 30 seconds of an inverted row, followed by 30 seconds of rest between each round. And maybe it goes without saying, but we went with the no push-up burpee just because, as you see with these guys, it's a very shoulder heavy, upper body heavy workout. So for our shifters, to make it a little simpler, make it a little bit more accessible, we wanted to take out some of that pressing. I don't know if you've done no push-up burpees, but they still get your heart rate really jacked up.
Oh,
still
heck
a
yeah.
great
You're
movement.
going down, you're getting back up repeatedly, and probably with speed. It's gonna get that heart rate up there.
And you're still in that plank position, so still a lot of demand on the core there, which I love.
So, say all I had was a sandbag.
Yep.
What would I do with this workout?
You have a couple options actually. You can make it more difficult and go with the Program B rep scheme. So you would actually do a seated press for 8 reps.
Okay.
But let's say you didn't want to get up and off the floor every time. You could do the 14 reps standing.
Okay.
Because standing actually makes that movement far more accessible.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So seated makes it a little bit tougher. And then, you just have to consider the time it'll take to get into and out of that seated position.
Right on. All right, so we are coming up on the last couple of movements here for this workout, Nile in Vault 2023. I'm thinking that right after this, we need to get a solid picture of the two of them next to each other, looking buff AF.
Oh yeah, they are gonna be so jacked.
The shoulder pump.
I love it.
mean, seriously. Looking good across the board. Molly is finished and just cheering Digna on through the end of this workout.
Real quick, just to talk about the burpee, if you see Digna, she's kind of just relaxing her body down onto the mat. 100% recommend that. We don't feel the need for you guys to stay super rigid, lowering yourself down.
Oh yeah, it's not like a strict push-up.
Yeah,
You just have to get all the way down, get all the way back up.
And even coming back up from the bottom, you could press up from the knees or even the hips. You know, if your low back can handle it, if you just press up from the hips and then work your legs back up off the ground, that's totally fine. It would be a great way to kind of keep your shoulders in the game for longer.
Here we go. We are working on the last couple of reps for Digna.
Shaking it out one last time before she wraps it up.
This is where you really gotta dig those last few reps. You are tired. You've been going for almost 16 minutes, and there it is.
Nice, well done, Digna.
And that is that for Nile, the second workout of the 2023 vault. The arms are dead. I'm sure
she was able to, her slowest round was still in the goal time.
That's
I'm super
so
proud
dope.
of her. That was
Remember,
awesome.
guys, when it comes to this one, you're keeping track of your fastest round and your slowest round if you're doing A, B, or C.
And when it comes to shift, you're doing your total reps all together. Let's go to Molly to get some tips on this workout, the Nile.
Okay, guys. Wow. So, first of all, good job, Digna. Jumping in here in the vault. What did you think of it?
That was good. I was very, very grateful for the breaks.
Yeah.
Although they did get very short.
Because you started off your first round was around 2 minutes.
Right about 2.
And then what was your
Finished just over 3.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like 3:10, I think.
That's great. You're still within the goal range, right? Yeah. I wanted you to still be getting 45 seconds of rest. So that's awesome.
It would not have been with more weight though.
What was the worst part for you, the hardest part for you?
I think the third round of burpees. I was like, I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna just go. But yeah, like my legs got really tired actually.
Did they?
During the burpees, and I was like, I thought this was an arm workout.
Yeah, and then on the ring rows, does it just kind of keep moving in manageable sets?
Yeah, I did the first set full through, and I forgot to take breaks.
Yeah,
So
totally.
the second time, I was like, okay, break it up a little bit. I did 8 and whatever is 14.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The
You did
rest
great.
of them.
Yeah, so I think for this one, really, it's like keeping in mind that all the movements impact each other. So being mindful of the weights that you pick. Like if you're doing the dumbbell alternating press or the strict press, it should be something that you can get those done unbroken, especially when you're fresh. Maybe to where you're questioning those last few, like I know in the last 2 rounds, reps 6 through 8 were pretty tough to get out, but I didn't have to set it down. So super important if you're going to go extra challenge. It definitely needs to be a weight that you can go unbroken. And then I think on the burpees, we both did the same thing. First round came out a little too hot. So I try to find a steady pace on those and kind of try to not fall to the ground, but not be doing so strict on the push-up every time, trying to conserve your shoulders. And then yeah, for the pull-ups, choose a version where I'd say you could get them done in about 2 sets when you're fresh, because it's going to kind of break up as you go in the end. Extra challenge, it should be definitely not breaking it up then more than 2 times. I think I was on the pull-ups unbroken until the last round. So my rounds fell off. I was like 136 for fastest. And then my slowest was 204, I think. So yeah, it's just a big major shoulder pump. Like I could even feel when I was doing the pull-ups, like my chest, I could even feel, not even so much my lats. Yeah.
And like once you start breaking up the burpees, it's just all downhill from there. If you can like just keep a steady pace moving rather than stopping. Because once I started to stop, I was like, I'll do 2. I'll do 3. And it was just taking forever. So
yeah, so maybe just
slow them down.
Steady.
Yeah. It was good though.
It was awesome.
Digna, any other tips you have?
Oh gosh. Definitely breathe. And yeah, just remember like maybe take a little bit of a breather after the presses. Because I feel like I went straight from the presses to the burpees and it was just like, immediate, like I could feel it. So maybe just kind of shake out the arms after the presses.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Just keep moving.
Yeah, I think one last tip for this one, it's really easy to get caught up in how bad or panicked you feel in the workout, like especially with your rest minute. So whether it's 45 seconds, a minute, over a minute, try to really utilize that rest. So like the first chunk of that time, try to get your heart rate down as best as you can. So breathe, like calm it all down. 2, start to assess how that round went. Like, okay, those burpees, I was moving way too fast. Or maybe, okay, the pull-ups, I know now I need to not go unbroken. I need to go, 2 sets, maybe, 7 and 7 or whatever it is. And then start to prepare for that next round. Kind of break it up into small chunks and just focus on the next round at hand, as opposed to being like, oh my gosh, I'm only in the second round and I have 2 more rounds to go. Or if you're extra challenge, 3 more rounds. Try to be mindful of that rest and really utilize it. Can help you in the next round. So yeah, have fun with it. Make sure you get like a nice flex picture afterwards, because you're going to be pumped. No sleeves allowed in this one. Yeah, have fun with this one, you guys.
All right, welcome to week 2 of the 2023 Vault. And today's workout is Nile. And what you guys have is every 4 minutes for 16 minutes, you will complete 14 alternating dumbbell strict press, followed by 20 burpees and 14 kipping pull-ups. All right, you have 2 scores for this workout. It'll be your fastest and slowest round, and a good goal to shoot for is to try to finish somewhere in between 2 to 3 minutes and 15 seconds per round. All right, here are my tips for this workout. When it comes to choosing a weight for the alternating strict press, make sure you choose a weight that allows you to knock it out in 1 to 2 sets at most. Anything more than that, maybe adjust the weight accordingly. On the burpee section, I would suggest slow the pacing down just a little bit, so that way you're not gassing yourself, because going into the pull-up section, we want you to knock those out in as few sets as possible as well. That way you have plenty of recovery before you go into that next round. And today's shift workout is 6 rounds of 30 seconds of dumbbell strict press,
followed by 30 seconds of no push-up burpees,
and 30 seconds of inverted rows. You will rest 30 seconds in between rounds. Your score for this workout would be your total reps completed throughout all the movements, and a good goal to shoot for is to try to finish somewhere in between 150 reps to 220 or more. All right, here are my tips for this shift workout. When it comes to each section of this workout, I would say just move continuously for 20 to 25 seconds and then pause before going into that next movement, so you have a little bit of recovery time, and that way you get into a good flow. Find an average number and hold on to that for at least 3 to 4 rounds, and then round 5 and 6, if you want to increase the reps, feel free to do so, but at least you found some kind of pacing and consistency throughout every single round. The inverted rows are going to get pretty spicy, so my tip there is to always make sure you guys break them up into sets of 2 to 3 at a time from the get-go. To view detailed demos of the movements in today's workout, as well as any of the customizations, make sure you guys visit my.streetparking.com.